Batman is not a hero. He's actually a billionaire who punches poor people. If you think about it, what if Gotham didn't need Batman, but actually desperately needed a Bruce Wayne? Today we're going to take a look at a Batman, not as a savior, but as a symptom, a reflection of a deeper problem in American culture. The glorification of individual heroism over collective responsibility. And maybe, just maybe, the myth of Batman is doing more harm than good, or it's trying to at least point at a flaw within the American society. So, Bruce Wayne has enough money to fix Gotham's housing crisis, fund mental health care, rebuild education systems, create jobs, support families. But what does he do instead? He buys tanks. He builds high tech surveillance gadgets. He puts on a suit and beats up desperate people in alleyways. He chooses violence over infrastructure, a spectacle over substance, a vengeance over vision. This is not a necessity, this is just the ego speaking. It's about him being seen as a hero, not actually healing the city. Gotham isn't just a fictional city. It's America exaggerated, a city riddled with crime, with corruption, and inequality. Its villains, they often are broken people shaped by trauma, poverty, or neglect. The Joker, for example, is a failed comedian who was forgotten by the city. Depends on which Joker we talk about here, of course. And the Riddler is basically a child of the foster system. And Mr. Freeze is a man trying to save his dying wife. They are not monsters. These anti heroes are anti heroes for that very reason, because they have a speck of humanity. Their bad side is not as plain as simple as is with, for example, the Superman. So these villains, they are not monsters, they're symptoms of a bigger problem. But Batman's solution is to punish. He wants to lock them away. He wants to knock them out. He wants to repeat that cycle. There is no attempt to actually treat the illness, only to fight the symptoms. This is where Batman stops being just a character and becomes a myth. In American culture, we worship the lone hero, Batman, Iron Man, Rambo, Captain America, the individual who saves the world through grit, violence, and personal sacrifice. Meanwhile, collective solutions, investing in society, building safety nets, are often seen as weak or even dangerous. Because in America, socialism is practically a curse word for some people. And yet, ironically, the US military, for example, is a socialist system. You get free housing, you get a healthcare, you get education, you get pensions. And now I know that many Americans might say, well, the military earns that. They serve the country. Sure, that's a fair point, but isn't that actually exactly how social democracy works? That's not communism. That's just mutual responsibility. That's socialism. And the system is not perfect, it's far from it, but that's not today's topic. So, Batman's myth comforts us with the idea that the ultra rich can be good guys. That if only more billionaires were like Bruce Wayne, everything would be fine. But this is a dangerous fantasy, very dangerous fantasy, because in reality, billionaires are not solving systemic issues. They are often the ones benefiting from them. Bruce Wayne isn't taxed. He is not held accountable for anything he does. He is not expected to build schools or fund housing, just fight crime. And that's not justice, that's just his PR. He's a one man distraction from the question we should be really asking ourselves, which is why does Gotham need Batman in the first place? In The Dark Knight, they made a good point. They were pointing at the idea that Harvey Dent could be the one solving Gotham's problems. And Harvey Dent represented the Gotham City itself. So the city itself, the people of the city, the society, can actually get rid of those problems themselves. They don't need a Batman to begin with. However, the Batman myth, it seduces us. It makes us feel like the world is fixable if the right person just hits the wrong people hard enough. But that is not justice. That's vengeance wrapped in a cape. And it keeps us from imagining better systems where we don't need vigilantes because people are taken care of before they fall. So we don't ask who has power, or where does the wealth go, or what does real justice look like, because the fantasy feels better, cleaner, cooler, calmer, easier. So maybe the real question isn't what would Batman do? Maybe it's what if Gotham never needed Batman in the first place? Just a billionaire who actually gave a damn.